Good evening. My name is Renate Holzeisen. I'm an Italian lawyer and also member of the board of Children's Health Defense Europe. I have only a short time to introduce you in the brutal violation of European Union medicinal legislation done by EMA and the EU Commission. We have the urgent need for revocation of the market authorization of the mRNA so-called COVID-19 vaccines because of the evident lack of a vaccine efficacy, of the enormous risk for health and life, and now even a five-year renewable standard authorization. We are facing a gross violation of a lot of European Union law principles and even the Union nations' declaration of the human genome and human rights by circumventing high testing standards provided for gene-based medicinal products. Because in 2009, the European Commission simply excluded with the following sentence the vaccines, medicinal products also only formally defined as vaccines against infectious diseases from the application of the law which the European legislator has foreseen for gene therapy products. The sentence is the following: gene therapy medicinal products shall not include vaccines against infectious diseases. And therefore, mRNA vaccines are treated by EMA and the European Commission as conventional vaccines, although the mRNA vaccines have nothing in common with conventional vaccines. This exclusion was only done to save the manufacturers from numerous time-consuming and financially expensive preclinical studies. And therefore, we are now in an incalculable, dramatic consequence for the public health, because as we heard, there are no genotoxicity studies, no carcinogenicity studies, and no mutagenicity studies. That means studies on the modification of DNA, although reverse transcription of RNA and DNA is a mechanism that has been known for decades, since 1970s. Nothing new, nothing that can simply be ruled out. And as we know, certain lipids, nanoparticles used in these substances have never been approved for use in the human body. The European legislator has foreseen that for all medicinal products, even if they are formally not defined as gene therapy products, but if they have in fact the mechanism and the function like this, for their improvement has to be involved the Committee for Advanced Products. For the mRNA vaccines, this committee was not involved. We see a lot of another gross violation of European Union law. For example, notwithstanding the omission of the most fundamental studies, the initially only conditional marketing authorization of these mRNA vaccines has been now converted in a 5-year valid non-conditional authorization. And although the producers didn't fulfill the conditions imposed in the marketing authorization because they didn't complete the ongoing clinical studies and they didn't begin the necessary new studies to confirm the positive risk-benefit balance. And why? Because they simply canceled the placebo group, giving them the so-called vaccination. Therefore, never has been clinically, the efficacy and the safety have never been clinically tested and confirmed. we see that the European Union population was handed over by the European Commission and the EMA to a mass experiment as guinea pigs for experimental substances based on genetic engineering. And this is a brutal violation of the European Union regulation on clinical trials on medicinal products for human use, because obviously medicinal treatment may only be carried out with the free informed consent of the persons concerned. But the European Union population was and is kept in the dark about the real nature of the substances injected, the disastrous risk-benefits balance, the missing of essential study data, and the lack of adequate pharmacovigilance. And therefore, all consent forms signed since December the 27th, 2020 by the vaccinees are void and null. So because, and I could tell you a lot of another brutal violation of this of the European Union medicinal law, we presented actions for annulment. We filed in the European Court actions for annulment against the authorization of Pfizer, of Comirnaty of Pfizer BioNTech and Spikevax of Moderna. If you are interested in the documents of the legal procedure, go on the website of Children's Health Defense Europe. And also as an economist, I would suggest that we take the arguments you can find in these actions for annulment pending, also for filing criminal complaints with the European Public Prosecutor and with all the courts of auditors in all over the European Union, because it is absolutely unacceptable that we European Union taxpayers have even to pay for substances which are harming and killing us. Thank you.
And turn off your mic. Turn your mic off.